Rappler Holdings Corporation and its president Maria Ressa are charged with 3 counts of failure to file returns and 1 count of tax evasion before the Court of Tax Appeals.
Nahaharap sa tax evasion ang model actress na si Solen Yusang.
Dahil sa umuning hindi pagbabayad ng tamang buwis ni De La Fuente na
sa 17.46
For the latest
million
news,
peso
more than 1 billion
tax
tax evasion case filed against 10 Manila businesses.
Usapin patungkol sa pagre-renew ng application ng ABS-CBN ay hindi lang po isinantabi. Ito po ay tinapos na ngayong araw na ito mismo.
Too much frustration? Too much heartache? Tax audit has been started. Are you ready for your turn? Don't get too stressed. We're here to give you advice.
Hello, hello.
Rappler Holdings Corporation and its president Maria Ressa are charged with 3 counts of failure to file returns and 1 count of tax evasion before the Court of Tax Appeals.
Nahaharap sa tax evasion ang model actress na si Solen Yusa.
Dahil sa umunay hindi pagbabayad ng tamang buwis ni De La Fuente na
sa 17.46
For the latest
million
news,
peso
more than 1 billion
tax
tax evasion case filed against 10 Manila businesses.
Usapin patungkol sa pagre-renew ng application ng ABS-CBN ay hindi lang po isinantabi. Ito po ay tinapos na ngayong araw na ito mismo.
market, and watch your business cash flow. In addition, you give your employees the best training and benefits that inspire loyalty. So, what's next? Growth and innovation are important, but thinking about how your business would grow further is tough, especially when you're busy with your day-to-day transactions and business is constantly good. But could business be great? At Keep Smart Consultancy Solution, we think so. Keep Smart Consultancy is a consulting firm focused on serving the comprehensive needs of the businesses in the full range of the business cycle. We have a wide range of services to offer, such as accounting and bookkeeping, business consulting, business registration, IT and marketing, and tax case handling. With a core staff of experienced professionals and a team approach to most consulting projects, Keep Smart will be able to offer a more balanced quality service than many of its competitors. Then, why outsource with us? There are 4 benefits why. First, it can save time. Second, it is cost effective. Third, the time you save can be used to improve business productivity. Fourth, the projects are handled by experts. It is something you have to less worry about. Still hesitant? Our lines are open. Call us on 940-3988 for a free 15-minute consultation for any of our services from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. Philippine Standard Time, Mondays to Fridays. Want to know more? You can email us on info@keepsmartconsultancy.com or visit our website at www.keepsmartconsultancy.com for more details.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I'm sorry for the delay and we're having the technicalities kanina. Sorry po. And here we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome for today's webinar, How to be BIR Compliant. This webinar is brought to you by Keep Smart Consultancy Solution. We would like to thank all of you for your time and effort to be with us today. I am Lei, and we are Keep Smart, your webinar host for today. I know that all of you are excited to learn how to be BIR compliant, but before that, I would like to give you a little background about Keep Smart. Keep Smart is a private corporation and not affiliated with the BIR, pioneer in helping taxpayers' right protection. We at Keep Smart believe in empowering business owners, managers, accountants, and non-accountants to comply with the law by spreading the latest developments in tax and business law in the Philippines as we dissect current issues affecting the business community. We advocate in helping taxpayers to know and understand their rights, to protect their businesses, and pay the right amount of taxes to the government. We help protect and empower taxpayers and make changes for a better business and tax compliance.
As the world innovates, so do businesses. Competition makes it harder to manage these days. You work hard every day to meet your customers' current needs to provide good customer service, attend to your market, and watch your business cash flow. In addition, you give your employees the best training and benefits that inspire loyalty. So, what's next? Growth and innovation are important, but thinking about how your business would grow further is tough, especially when you're busy with your day-to-day transactions and business is constantly good. But could business be great? At Keep Smart Consultancy Solution, we think so. Keep Smart Consultancy is a consulting firm focused on serving the comprehensive needs of the businesses in the full range of the business cycle. We have a wide range of services to offer, such as accounting and bookkeeping, business consulting, business registration, IT and marketing, and tax case handling. With a core staff of experienced professionals and a team approach to most consulting projects, Keep Smart will be able to offer a more balanced quality service than many of its competitors. Then, why outsource with us? There are 4 benefits why. First, it can save you time. Second, it is cost effective. Third, the time you save can be used to improve business productivity. Fourth, the projects are handled by experts. It is something you have to less worry about. Still hesitant? Our lines are open. Call us on 940-3988 for a free 15-minute consultation for any of our services from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. Philippine Standard Time, Mondays to Fridays. Want to know more? You can email us on info@keepsmartconsultancy.com or visit our website at www.keepsmartconsultancy.com for more details.
Before we proceed to our webinar proper, we would like to remind all our participants of the following webinar guidelines. We will record the full session of the webinar for documentation purpose. All comments or questions or insights from the participants will remain confidential and will not be used for any external purposes, nor will be used against the participants. We automatically muted your mic during the start of session, but you can turn this on when the speaker asks you to do so. This is to avoid unwanted feedback or distractions to other participants and other speakers. We encourage attendees to turn on their videos so we can feel somewhat like we are in a real seminar. You can choose to turn the video off if it's not convenient for you. Participants who want to ask questions or give their insights may send a message through the chat box. We will try to answer the questions after the presentation of the speaker. I'd like to introduce today's speaker. Our speaker of today is the CEO and founder of Keep Smart Consultancy Solution Inc., as she provides a comprehensive lecture on how to handle compliance in bookkeeping, invoicing, and registration. Without further ado, let us all welcome Ms. Fatima Calabiao.
Hello, good afternoon. Naririnig na ba? Okay na ba? Okay. Sige. Okay, so we are live at YouTube and Facebook channel of Keep Smart Consultancies. We're sorry for the participant on the Google Meet. So sobrang late talaga tayo ng start. Dapat 3 p.m. yung start, no? So ngayon kasi is first time namin i-link or i-live siya sa Facebook page at saka sa YouTube. So ayan. Okay, so to start with, our topic for today is how to be BIR compliant. Okay. Our objectives for today's webinar is to help entrepreneurs, self-employed, individuals, social media influencers, business owners and decision makers on how to be BIR compliant and help them to be aware of the common violations and adhere to the requirements of bookkeeping and invoicing registration. Invoicing and registration. Right. So let's start with our discussion. So from the word BIR, pag naririnig natin yung salitang BIR, naiisip natin usually yung mga taxmans and mga tax authorities. It has the power to collect taxes and charge penalties for those who violates our tax code or National Internal Revenue Code or NIRC. But this afternoon, ang pag-uusapan natin itong tatlong letra na ito na BIR, which stands for bookkeeping, invoicing, and registration. So, ano nga ba yung importance nito sa ating mga nagbi-business and also dun sa mga self-employed individuals, lalong-lalo ngayon, hot issues, ang mga social media influencers. So, itong bookkeeping and invoicing and registration is the most important when it comes sa for being compliant with the government. So ito yung usually na tinitingnan, no, kapag for example, nag-visit yung BIR sa mga business establishments. So madaming mga Pilipino sa ngayon ang hindi alam ang tungkol sa taxes and not even aware of this BIR activity called tax mappings. So nagugulat na lang sila, bigla may bumibisita sa kanilang BIR official. So sinasabi nila, oops, madami po kayong violations. Dahil dyan, kailangan nyo magbayad ng penalty. So ano nga ba yung tax mapping? Tax mapping is the Bureau of Internal Revenue has been inspecting business establishments across the country, such BIR activity is popularly known as tax mapping, also referred to by the BIR as tax compliance verification drive and offline kandado. Okay, so ano ba yung purpose ng tax mapping? The purpose of tax mapping is to verify compliance with registration, invoicing, and bookkeeping requirements provided for under existing internal revenue laws, rules, and regulations. So mayroong pictures dyan, no? Usually, pupunta yung mga taga-BIR sa mga business establishments. Surprisingly, so hindi natin alam, biglaan. Okay, so number one na i-check nila dyan is to verify the compliance of the businesses. So, ang pinaka-importante na ang titingnan ng BIR is the BIR is registered. Are they following the invoicing requirements and also the bookkeeping requirements? So, for today's topic, yan yung ating pag-uusapan para nalaman natin ano nga ba yung mga common violations kapag hindi natin nasunod itong mga rules and regulation when it comes sa bookkeeping, invoicing, and registration. So, let's talk about registration. In registration, so for example, nung nag-visit yung BIR sa ating business. So, number one, usually na ginagawa is tinicheck nila yung mga business establishment kung kayo ay registered with the BIR. Sumunod is nakapagbayad ba ng registration fee annually? Updated pa yung payment kasi baka last year pa yung naging payment. No? Kasi yearly, it should be renewed or paid annually. Next is certificate of registration must be displayed. And also yung ask for receipt na signage must be also displayed. So, paano nga ba maiwasan itong mga violations na ito? So under Section 236 or 236 of NIRC, every person subject to any internal revenue tax shall register once with the appropriate revenue district officer. Kailan? Kailan ba dapat mag-register? So pag, for example, for the employees, kung kayo ay employees, so upon hired nyo sa inyong employer within 10 days, yan. So from the date of employment, dapat nakapag-update na tayo sa BIR. So yung team natin using BIR form 1902, i-update natin kung saan or within yung RDO ng ating employer. So doon tayo magre-register. Next is sa business. Sa business naman, kailangan mag-register before commencement of the business and payment of any tax due. Okay, before. So bago mag-start ng business. So ang businesses, meron yung different types of organization. Merong individuals, merong partnership, merong corporation, or merong one-person corporation. So, meron din mga different forms na ginagamit when registering it to the BIR. So, also note that a person maintaining a head office, branch, or facility for purposes of this section, the term facility may include, but not limited to, sales outlets, places of production, warehouse or storage places under Revenue Regulation 11-2008. Okay, so nalaman natin na required pala ito under the law, under the tax code, na kailangan mag-register ang isang businesses. Okay, so aside dyan, yung mga employees, kailangan din in-update ng kanilang team, yung kanilang registration with the BIR. So next is the annual registration fee. So upon registering to the BIR, you need to pay the annual registration fee, which amounted 500 pesos for every separate or distinct establishment or place of business, including facility types where sales transactions occur, to be paid using BIR form 0605. Upon registration for new registrant and on before January 31 every year for old registrant. Okay, so upon registration, aside dun sa forms kanina na 1903, for example, is kailangan mo rin gamitin yung 0605 for the payment of annual registration fee na 500 pesos for those new registrant. Every year naman, so yan is on or before January 31, kailangan mo nang mag-renew. So every January 31st of the following year. Okay. So kailangan siyang bayaran. Pero merong exempted for this annual registration fee. Those are the cooperatives, individuals earning purely compensation income, whether locally or abroad, and overseas workers are not liable to the registration fee herein imposed. The registration fee shall be paid to an authorized agent bank located within the revenue district or to the revenue collection officer or duly authorized treasurer of the city or municipality where each place of business or branch is registered. So next is the registration requirements. For example, meron ka ng business na need mo i-register. So ito yung mga steps on registration of business in the BIR. Okay, so step 1 is to apply for registration with complete documentary requirements as per Revenue Memorandum Circular 52-2020. Nandoon yung mga complete list of requirements on every registration. For example, magre-register ka as individual, magre-register ka as corporation, o kaya partnership. So, ang mga requirements ngayon, for example, dito sa nilagay ko sa slide, is, number 1 is, kailangan ng form, BIR Form 1901. Application for registration for sole proprietor. So pagka naman employee, 1902, kapag corporation is 1903. Okay, so merong new version ng form na yan using January 2018 na form. At kailangan mo siyang i-prepare into original copies. So, aside yan, pag-fill up ng form is to pay the annual registration fee using 0605 and paying through authorized agent bank. Okay, and then, yung mga requirements is yung mga valid government IDs na nakalagay doon yung inyong complete name, address, birth date ng applicant. Okay, so 1 photocopy and also yung original kailangan din i-present. Final and clear sample of own principal receipts or invoices. And then yung 530. So aside pala sa 500, no, may kailangan pang bayaran na 30 pesos for the documentary stamp. And the other documents for submission only if applicable. So ito yung mga steps in registering sa BIR. Napakadali na dahil meron tayong ease of doing business. So nabawasan na yung mga requirements na hinihingi sa BIR. So kapag kayo ay sole proprietor, aside po dito sa mga requirements is yung DTI. For the business name naman, so kailangan mag-verify kung ano yung business name registered sa DTI or sa SEC kung kayo ay corporation. So kailangan maipakita yung SEC certificate. So for the complete requirements of registration sa BIR, you can download the RMC 52-2020. Nandun sa mga annexes yung complete requirements. So this one is, for example, lang in an overview regarding sa registration. So ngayon, napakadali na talaga mag-register sa BIR. So wala nang hassle at wala namang reason tayo na hindi mag-register. So only for being compliant with our law. Sabi nga ignorance of the law excuses no one from compliance therewith. So kailangan talaga natin na mag-comply dito sa ating batas. So ngayon, in registration procedure, okay, registration is required for every separate or distinct establishment or place of business, including facility types, where sales transactions occur, and warehouse, where inventory of goods for sales are kept before commencement of business and payment of any tax due. So lahat pala, no, including yung branches, hindi lang yung main office, kung meron kayong mga branch, warehouse, or any facility types that has sales transactions or possible for inventory of goods, where the sales are kept before commencement of business, should be also registered with the BIR. So lahat yan registered, hindi pwedeng yung main lang. So upon registration, makukuha mo yung Certificate of Registration or BIR Form 2303, yung yellow paper or yung sample na form dyan sa gilid. Yun yung COR or Certificate of Registration. So aside din siya, kasama kapag nag-register tayo sa BIR is yung ask for receipt na poster. And it should be posted together with the duly validated registration fee returned at a conspicuous place in the principal place of business and at each branch, and the ask for receipt poster. So upon registration pala, itong mga form na to kasama yung registration fee and the ask for receipt na poster must be displayed at the business establishment, principal place of business. So now, hindi porke nag-register is, for example, wala ng operation, nagsarado temporarily, or dahil nga sa pandemic, hindi makapag-operate. So, nakapag-decide yung mga business owners na mag-stop muna ng operation or isarado. Or talagang i-close na talaga yung business, no? So, upon cancellation of registration, kailangan hindi lang siya basta pabayaan, kundi i-update din si BIR on any update dun sa inyong registration. For example, gusto niyo nang i-terminate or i-close yung inyong business. So ito yung mga required documents for submission. For example, or yung nandiyan is formal letter of termination or notice of dissolution. Duly accomplished BIR Form 1905. Ito yung importante, yung form na ito. Unused sales invoice, ORs, and other invoices. Ito kasi kailangan, so kailangan siyang ipa-distract yung mga unused na-register ng mga resibo para ma-avoid na magamit pa siya ulit kung i-close na nga yung business. So, VAT returns and withholding tax remittances subject for audit yan. For example, meron kayong remaining open cases or tax audit. So, dapat yan nakatabi. And inventory of goods and audited financial statements. Those are documents that required upon cancellation of registration. For example naman is magta-transfer kayo ng registration. Whenever a VAT-registered person changes his principal place of business from one revenue district to another, both revenue district offices should be notified by filing BIR Form 1905 within 15 days from date of such change was made. So, any changes, so kunwari lumipat kayo ng address, at kung yan is, sakop na ng ibang revenue district office, so doon kayo maglilipat ng address or magre-register using BIR Form 1905. Pero kung within naman, sabi dyan, if the change of address is within the revenue district, the notification shall be filed with the same revenue district office. So, kailangan pa din i-update si RDO with regards dun sa change of address. Actually, hindi lang naman yung change of address yung kailangan i-update. So, for example, nag-change ka ng tax type. Ayan. So, pag-usapan pala natin ano yung mga tax type. Pero, aside dyan, yung mismong name ng business. For example, nag-change ka na ng name ng yung business. So, kailangan, any updates on the registration must be addressed to the Revenue District Office kung saan ka naka-register. So, upon registration, so, nakapag-register ka na ng iyong, for example, meron kang business or ikaw ay self-employed o kumikita ng through freelancing. So, nakapag-register ka, for example, yung mga insurance agent natin dyan, mga brokers. So, yan yung mga individuals na self-employed. So, meron yan kaakibat na tax types. Depende kung ano yung ni-register mo sa BIR, no? So, at the same time, yung based on the business need. Then, so for example, meron tayong tax type na VAT. Yung VAT is those na merong mga gross sales annually na umaabot ng 3 million pataas. So, yan is subject na for VAT. Dapat ikaw ay VAT registered. For percentage tax naman, those na merong mga gross sales na below 3 million, hindi mag-exceed ng 3 million. And then the income tax, expanded withholding tax on expanded withholding tax on compensation, and registration fee. So, itong mga tax types na to is depende sa business, ano nature ng business nila, at ano yung requirements when it comes sa tax. So, kailangan alam natin kung ano yung mga needs ni business natin. For example, meron tayong employees. So, kailangan natin i-report yung mga employees, yung kanilang compensation. So, papasok yan sa expanded withholding tax on compensation. For example naman, yung business is ikaw is nagre-rent. Ayan. So, meron yan, subject yan for expanded withholding tax on expanded. And income tax is quarterly and annually filed. Depende na lang kung kayo ay exempted from income tax. So, depende yan sa nature of the business. Okay, so dapat tayo dun sa penalties for registration violation. Kasi ito yung karamihan problema ng mga taxpayers kapag may biglaang bumisita ng taga-BIR sa kanilang establishments. So, nabanggit na yan kanina, ito naman yung mga kaukulang offenses or violations. So, for example, yung failure to pay annual registration fee. So, ang first offense is worth 1,000 pesos na compromise penalty. Or for example naman, may nag-visit ulit at nakita na hindi naka-display yung certificate of registration or yung ask for receipts na signage. So again, meron siyang penalty na 1,000 pesos. Pero under the tax code, under section 248 or 249, failure to pay registration fee is subject to penalties of 25% surcharges, interest, and compromise penalty. So aside pa pala sa 1,000 na yan, meron pang additional na surcharges, interest. So Section 258, unlawful pursuit of business for each act or commission be punished by a fine or of not less than 5,000 but not more than 20,000 and imprisonment of not less than 6 months but not more than 2 years. So, napakabigat niya no, kapag tayo ay nakasuhan ng ganito. So, yan is punishable by law and pwede kang subject for imprisonment na at least 6 months but not more than 2 years. Next is tayo sa invoicing. Ayan. So, pagdating naman sa invoicing, meron din tayong batas under Section 237 of NIRC regarding the issuance of official receipts, sales invoice, and commercial invoices. So, all registered person shall for every sale or lease of goods, properties, or services, issue duly registered receipts or sales or commercial invoices. So, kailangan lahat ng mga registered na. So, upon registration, meron ka ding registered receipts na i-issue on every sale. Sale of goods, services, kung ikaw ay services, or ikaw ay nagpapa-upa, ayan, kailangan mag-issue ka ng registered receipts or sales or commercial invoices. So, pagdating naman sa issuance ng resibo, kung ikaw ay non-VAT business, so kailangan for each sale of 100 pesos and more, kailangan mo mag-issue ng resibo. Okay? Pero pag VAT business ka, regardless of the amount, kailangan mag-issue ka ng resibo. So upon dispose receipts in duplicate copies. Copies of receipts or invoices should be preserved in the place of business for a period of 3 years if engaged in business. Required information. So, upon registration ng inyong invoices or yung receipts, kailangan naka-include siyaan yung inyong name, yung PIN, at yung address ng seller. At the same time, yung date of transaction, quantity, unit cost, and description of merchandise or nature of service, invoice or receipt number. So, usually, nandun yan sa offer, right? Yung invoice number. Next is authority to print number and other receipt details. Usually, makikita yan sa baba. Ang purpose nun is para malaman kung ang resibo ba ay valid at registered sa BIR. So, kapag nag-i-issue naman tayo ng resibo dun sa ating mga purchaser or customer or clients for VAT-registered taxpayers, kailangan, ito yung pinaka-importante, dapat kompleto yung details. Number 1 is yung company name or yung full name, PIN and address, and also yung computation ng tax. Sa gilid, dapat may breakdown. And nandun din yung business style. Ayan. So, dapat incomplete details. Under Section 238, printing of receipts or sales or commercial invoices, all persons who are engaged in business shall secure from the BIR of Internal Revenue an authority to print receipts or sales or commercial invoices before a printer can print the same. Marami tayong nakikita ng mga resibo na binibenta, no? Usually sa National Bookstore, o kaya sa bangketa, may mga nagtitinda ng resibo. But is it valid? Ang sagot doon is hindi kasi sinasabi sa batas under Section 238 ng Tax Code na dapat merong authority to print. So kung walang authority to print, yung mga resibo na yon ay invalid or hindi siya registered. At under the law, pinagbabawal siya. Ayan. So dapat bago ka makapagpa-print ng resibo, mayroong authority to print from the BIR. So aside dyan, meron tayong tinatawag na cash and POS or point of sale machines, whether for issuance of receipts or safekeeping must be authorized by the Revenue District Office where the business is located. So kailangan meron tayong permit, original copy of permit na nakapost mismo doon sa ating cash register or POS machine. So under yan sa Revenue Regulations number 10-99, 11-2004, and RMO 10-2005. Next is under Revenue Regulation number 4-2000, notice of sales or commercial invoice and or official receipt shall be posted a conspicuous place at the taxpayer's place of business. So yun yung mga dapat nating tandaan when registering and having an invoices sa ating business. Kailangan may authority to print muna before printer can print the same. So yung mga informations then also dapat kompleto. Kasi kung hindi, ito yung mga kaukulang violations and mga penalties. For example, failure to issue receipts or invoices. So, first offense is 10,000 pesos and second offense is 20,000 pesos. So, medyo mabigat-bigat. Refusal to issue receipts or invoices, 25,000 pesos. Second offense is 50,000 pesos. Duplicate copy of receipts is blank and use original copy detached. Yan. So pagdating sa resibo, lalo na yung mga manual receipts, no, yung nakabooklet, meron kasi yung original copy and duplicate copy. So yung original is for the customer and the duplicate is for the taxpayer. So hindi yan dapat i-detach. At the same time, nakabakat yan from the original. So hindi natin siya pwedeng tanggalin. Pareho. Kasi yung iba, may nakita ko, sabi ko, nasan yung resibo mo? Asan yung mga duplicate copies? Pagtingin ko dun sa booklet, wala na pareho yung original sa kanyang duplicate. Ang sabi niya, naibigay niya pareho sa customer. So mali yun, no? Under the tax code, meron siyang kaukulang penalty or may violation ka na doon na worth 10,000 pesos for first offense and second offense is 20,000. Use of unregistered receipts or invoices. Ayan. So, yung mga gumagamit ng mga nabiling resibo sa National Bookstore, hindi yan pwede. So, first offense is 10,000, second offense is 20,000. Incomplete information in the receipts or invoices. So, kailangan kompleto. Yung mga nabanggit ko kanina, kailangan nakasulat doon sa resibo mismo. So for first offense, 1,000 and second offense is 2,500. Next is use of unregistered CRM, POS, or similar devices in lieu of invoices or receipts. Yan. So, kailangan pala yan mga CRM or mga POS machines must be registered. So, kung masaktuhan kayo or mapuntahan kayo ng BIR, automatic yun, subject kayo for penalty or first offense is 25,000 up to 50,000. Next is use of computerized accounting system or CAS and or components without permit. Ang first offense niyan is 25,000 up to 50,000. Next, failure to inform any enhancements, modifications, changes in previously issued permit to use CAS. Again, first offense is 25,000 up to 50,000 pesos. And next violation is use of POS in training mode in their sales transaction. So hindi pala pwede yun yung mga pang training mode lang na sales transaction. So it has a penalty of 25,000 up to 50,000 pesos. Next violation, failure to register CRM as cash depository only. Again, 25,000 pesos up to 50,000 pesos per second offense. Cash depository CRM is used for issuing sales receipts or invoices. Ayan. So, again, 25,000 to 50,000 ang penalty. Failure to attach or paste original sticker in the machine at authorizing the use of CRM or POS or similar device, 1,000 pesos na penalty. And failure to attach or paste original sticker in the machine, authorizing the use of CRM for cash depository only, 1,000 pesos for the penalty. Napakadaming violations pala yung pwede nating malabag. So, kung hindi natin masunod yung mga requirements na ito ng ating batas. To attach or paste original sticker in the machine, authorizing the use of CRM for cash deposit. Next is bookkeeping, 1,000 pesos for the penalty. Ayan. So, ito naman yung mga violations under bookkeeping. Upon registration sa BIR, aside sa invoices na kailangan i-register, is the bookkeep or books of accounts. Kailangan yan is registered. So, ito yung mga violations or common violations ng mga taxpayers. Number 1 is yung failure to register books of accounts. Dapat may stamp yan. Failure to keep books of accounts at the place of business. So, hindi siya dapat pakalat-kalat o kung nasaan man siya nakalagay. Malinaw na dapat nasa place of business. Next is yung failure to record daily entries in the registered books of accounts. So, under Section 232 to 235 of NIRC, keeping of books of accounts. Corporations, companies, partnerships, or persons required to keep books of accounts, all corporations, companies, partnerships, or persons required by law to pay internal revenue taxes shall keep and use relevant and appropriate set of bookkeeping records, duly authorized by the Secretary of Finance, wherein all transactions and results of operations are shown, and from which all taxes due the government may readily and accurately be ascertained and determined any time of the year, provided that the corporation, companies, partnerships, or person whose gross annual sales, earnings, receipts, or output exceed 3 million pesos shall have their books of accounts audited and examined yearly by independent certified public accountants and their income tax returns accompanied with a duly accomplished account information form, which shall contain, among others, information lifted from certified balance sheets, profit and loss statements, schedules listing income-producing properties and the corresponding income therefrom, and other relevant statements. Kailangan meron tayong books of accounts. And sabi under section 232, it must be audited by the independent certified public accountant if your gross sales, earnings, receipts, or output exceed 3 million pesos. If hindi, kailangan pa rin mag-file ng income tax returns accompanied with duly accomplished account information form. Ayan. So, nandun yung inyong mga balance sheets, profit and loss. Under Section 233, subsidiary books. All corporations, companies, partnerships, or persons keeping the books of accounts mentioned in the preceding section may at their option keep subsidiary books as the needs of their business may require. So may iba-iba tayong types of books of accounts. So nandiyan yung journal, meron tayong tinatawag na sales journal, purchase journal, and cash book. Next is the ledger, subsidiary books, and electronic records under Revenue Regulation 9-2009. If a taxpayer maintains electronic and hard copy formats, the taxpayer shall make the records available to the Bureau in electronic format upon request of the Commissioner or its authorized representative. Ayan. So, itong mga to is kailangan lahat ng businesses meron mga books of accounts and depende yon sa need ng kanilang business. So, hindi naman lahat ng mga types of books na ito is required or kailangan ng isang business. So, for example, sa isang business na more of services, so hindi na naman nila kailangan ng purchase book. So, pagdating naman sa mga goods or selling of goods, so kailangan nila ng purchase journal. So, depende yan sa nature of business kung ano yung i-register yung books of accounts regarding or depende dun sa inyong business needs. Upon registration of manual books of accounts, those newly registered taxpayers shall present the manual books of accounts before use to the RDO where the place of business is located for registration. So, upon registration, hinihingian din kayo ng columnar book. Sa columnar book na yon, i-indicate nyo kung anong klaseng books yon. For example, yung ledger, yung journal, disbursement, cash receipts. So, yan is kailangan patatakan at i-register sa BIR bago nyo siya gamitin. So, kung walang tatak, or hindi nyo napa-register sa BIR, so bawal din yun, no? So, existing business, pages not yet fully exhausted can still be used without the need of the re-registering or re-stamping in maximum of 3 years, provided particular years be properly labeled or marked. Yan. So, paano kung yung libro, yung columnar book is hindi pa naman napuno, pwede pa ba yung gamitin? Sabi dito is yes, pwede siyang gamitin at the maximum of 3 years, provided that the particular years be properly labeled or marked. Kasi dapat may separate per year. So, take note then na books of accounts and other succeeding records must be kept at the place of business and up to date. Recording of business transactions must be maintained. Kaya pagdating ng tax mapping, ang isa din sa hinahanap yung inyong books of accounts kung yan ba is updated at nandun mismo sa place of business. And next is yung deadline of registration of computerized books of accounts is January 30 of the following year under RMO 29-2002, while the loose-leaf bounds books of accounts is on the 15th day after the end of the calendar year under RMC 13-82. So ano ba yung mga types of books of accounts. The BIR allows 3 types of books of accounts. Failure to maintain books of accounts is subject to penalties or worse, imprisonment for willful and fraudulent intent to evade taxes. So, meron tayong tinatawag na manual books of accounts o yung mga columnar books. Next is yung computerized books of accounts, which is generated under a computerized accounting system. And next is loose leaf books of accounts, which needs the permit to use para makapag-register kayo as loose leaf using Microsoft Excel. So, sa nabanggit kanina na kapag loose leaf, kailangan mo siyang i-register every 15th day of the following year. So, kailangan mo siyang ipa-bind. Pasama-samahin yung loose leaf books of accounts and ipa-register sa BIR. So, meron tayong tinatawag din na retention policy na all books, registers, records, vouchers, and other supporting papers and documents prescribed by the BIR must be kept by a business for a period of 10 years. Under Section 203 NIRC, the government can examine the records of a taxpayer for 3 years after the tax return has been filed. The 3-year period can be extended in certain circumstances. However, for cases of false or fraudulent returns with an intent to evade tax or for failures to file a return, the BIR has the power to assess tax documents for a period of 10 years after the discovery of the falsity, fraud, or omission. Yan. Kaya nire-require ng BIR na i-preserve, itabi lahat ng books, lahat ng mga registers, records, vouchers, supporting papers, and any accounting records within 10 years kasi pwede ka pa din kasi mag-subject for tax audit. So, kailangan yan itabi. Okay, for the BIR to conduct an examination with all those records. Kaya hindi siya pwedeng itapon basta. Yan. Baka kung saan-saan lang ilagay o kaya baka sunugin or maiwala. So, under Section 203, kailangan mo yan i-preserve. Okay, so, dapat magkakasama yan, no, yung mga records ng company or ng business. Otherwise, pwedeng ma-charge pa kayo for tax evasion kung hindi nyo yan maitabi. So, ano ba yung mga violations under this? For example, number 1 is failure to register books of accounts, cash register machines, sales book. So, yan ay subject to graduated rates for 200 to 50,000 based on gross sales. Next is failure to keep books of accounts at the place of business. So, meron din siyang penalty pero hindi na in-elaborate under RMO 7-2015. Failure to make entries in the registered books of accounts and others, we can refer to Section 275 of the NIRC, which the compromise usually is 1,000 for each act or omission. So now, for those na mga nabanggit kanina na regarding sa registration requirements, invoicing requirements, and bookkeeping requirements, we can now test or sabi nga is BIR compliance test or bookkeeping, invoicing, and registration compliance test using these questions no, para malaman natin or ma-check kung yung ating bang business is compliant. So, number 1, is your main business establishments or branch registered with the BIR? Yes or no? Yan. So, pwede nyong i-check or i-analyze yung inyong businesses kung lahat ba ng inyong business establishments, including the branches, warehouse, facility, any facility types, is registered ba sa BIR. So kung yan ay no, nako, ayusin nyo na yung inyong registration. Next is, do you display the certificate of registration and ask for receipt poster? O, tingnan na yung inyong display sa inyong office. Nakalagay ba doon sa madaling makita yung inyong mga certificate of registration and ask for receipt poster. Yung ask for receipt poster, yun yung kulay green na before is parang orange. So, dapat yan nakadikit or nakasabit sa madaling makita. Yan. So, check ng maigi kung naka-display ba yan sa inyong mga business establishments. Number 3, have you paid the annual registration fee or renewed your business? So, yung annual registration fee is kasama din sa dinidisplay or yung 0605 plus yung deposit slip or yung payment, proof of payment. So, dapat naka-attach din yan. Dapat yearly updated yung inyong registration fee. So, otherwise, subject for penalty yan again kung hindi nyo nabayaran. Next is, are your receipts, invoices registered with the BIR? Yes or no? So, i-check nyo na kung yung inyong bang mga resibo, yung mga invoices nyo ba is registered with the BIR. Hindi ba yan yung mga resibo lang na nabibili sa tabi-tabi or sa National Bookstore? So, tignan nyo na kung yan ba is valid pa rin at hindi pa expired kasi meron ng expiration. So, titignan nyo dun sa baba kung yan ba is still valid from the date of printed. 5 years, I think, yung expiration ng receipt. So, i-check nyo kung yan ba ay hindi pa invalid or expired. Next is, do you issue receipts for every sales of goods or services? So, kayo lang din makakapag-check. I-check nyo kung kayo ba ay nakakapag-issue ng resibo sa inyong customers or clients on every sale of goods or services. Next, does your receipt contain the necessary and prescribed information? So, baka tinatamad magsulat yung mga taga-resibo ninyo, yung mga staff or mga accounting staff or mga clerks na nag-i-issue ng resibo, baka nilalagay na lang is letter C. O kaya naman is guhit na lang na gano'n, tapos amount, diretso na amount. So, i-check nyo yan, dapat yung necessary and prescribed information nandoon. Yung complete details ng customers and our clients. Next is, are your point of sale or cash register machines registered with the BIR? O yan ba, may mga sticker nakadikit dun sa machine at meron kayong permit. So, dapat meron. Yan. So, para hindi kayo ma-subject for penalty. Next, do your POS or CRM machines have the authority to use sticker? O, kasi nga, baka may sticker, pero wala namang authority or hindi na, registered sa BIR. So, dapat i-double check nyo din yan. Otherwise, subject ulit kayo sa penalties, which is discuss na kanina kung magkano. Yeah. Next is, do you display the permit to use POS or CRM or cash register machines are placed? Issued by the BIR. So, kailangan yan i-display. And then, next is, do you inform the BIR if your defective POS or CRM machines are replaced? So, hindi pala pwedeng basta-basta na lang magpapalit tayo ng CRM machines or POS machines na hindi ini-inform sa BIR. So, dapat i-update yan and subject din for permit to use. So, hindi natin pwedeng gamitin yung naunang permit to use, igagamit natin dun sa bagong machine. So, hindi yun pwede. So, do you have a permit to use computerized accounting system? Kailangan din is, meron ka rin permit to use for those using computerized accounting system. Are your books of accounts, CRM, sales books, registered with the BIR? Ayan. So, tignan nyo na yung inyong books of accounts kung meron kayong na-register sa BIR at nakatabi sa inyong business, sa inyong place of business. Yan yung next question. At meron bang laman? Ayun lagi ang tanong, may laman ba yung books of accounts ninyo? Kasi kung wala, umpisahan nyo ng lamanan. Ngayon pa lang. Kasi kung matsempuhan kayo at maaktuhan ng tax mapping, so another penalty ulit. So napakahirap ngayon magbayad ng penalty dahil umaharap tayo ngayon sa crisis at pandemic ngayon. So lahat tayo is financially gipit, di ba? Kasi maraming mga businesses din ngayon ang nagsasara. So para ma-avoid nga itong mga penalties na ito, meron akong mga ilagay na tips dito kung paano ma-avoid yung mga BIR penalties. So aside dun sa compliance test, ito yung mga tips on how to avoid paying BIR penalties. So number 1, register business with the BIR. Ulit-ulit yan na laging pinapaalalahanan ng mga BIR officials, lalo ngayon na pandemic. So doble yung kanilang effort to remind. For example, yung mga social media influencers, mga vloggers na kumikita sa YouTube or sa any social media platforms na nire-remind sila na i-register yung kanilang business with the BIR kasi under the law, kailangan talaga any businesses or source of income, whether ikaw ba ay kumikita by business or by profession or by self-employment, like yung mga pag-YouTube, vlogging, ayan. So lahat yan ay kailangan i-register sa BIR kasi all incomes must be reported to the BIR. And di naman lahat is subject for tax. So meron pa rin tayong mga benefits or privileges when it comes sa taxes. No? So para ma-avoid yung pagbabayad din ng sobrang laki. Kasi meron naman tayong mga deductions sa ating income tax. For example, yung mga expenses natin. So, next is pay annual registration fee on or before January 31 of each year. Yan ang wag kakalimutan. So, for next year ulit, January 31, i-mark nyo na yung inyong calendar na bayaran yung annual registration fee. Yan. Next is yung display, the BIR Certificate of Registration or BIR Form 2303, Annual Registration Fee or BIR Form 0605, and notice to the public as for receipt signage inside the business establishment where it can be easily seen. So, hindi lang yan sa mga main office, kailangan din meron din naka-display sa mga branches or warehouse ng as for receipts and certificate of registrations. So, aside dyan yung issue receipts or invoices for the sale of goods or services to the customer. So, kasi kapag hindi ka naka-register sa BIR, next is hindi mo rin mariregister yung resibo. Hindi ka rin makakapag-issue ng resibo on every sales or income that you have. Kaya kailangan first is to register with the BIR. So aside sa pag-register is yung issuance ng resibo is subject for reporting sa mga books of accounts, kailangan i-updated and paid or filed and pay yung mga taxes on time. So aside dyan is the register the business company's manual receipts or invoices to the BIR, cash registered machine, and or point of sale machines or similar devices to the BIR. Next is to register books of accounts to the BIR and maintain it in the business establishment and maintain entries up to date. 7, file and pay taxes on time, withhold and remit the required withholding tax to the BIR. So, yan yung mga tips no, para maiwasan natin na magkaroon ng penalties during tax mapping. And also, as a taxpayer, we need to be compliant para maiwasan na tayo ay makasuhan ng BIR. At lalo ngayon na sobrang higpit ng BIR ngayon when it comes sa collecting ng taxes. Dahil ngayon, mas kailangan nila yung collection ng tax no, for vaccines. Kailangan ng budget ng government. Sabi nga is, the taxes is the lifeblood of our government. So without it, hindi makakapag-operate yung ating mga government, like yung mga build project nila. For example, yung ngayon, healthcare, yung mga hospitals. Yan. So, yan is, lahat is galing sa binabayad nating buwis sa BIR. So, ngayon, tapos na natin yung ating topic for today, kung paano or how to be BIR compliant or bookkeeping, invoicing, or registration compliant. And that's it for today's webinar. And also, we are inviting you all to please support our YouTube channel at Keep Smart Consultancy Solution Inc. as we dissect current issues and give updates regarding government tax compliance like this webinars, no? Or sisikapin namin na magkaroon pa ng mga live and free na mga topics or related sa business tax. And also our social media platforms for latest updates about our company and our services. So in the future, we are also having Keep Smart Consultancy Academy, which we offer courses related to business and taxation. So abang-abang lang tayo, no? So lahat yan is ipopost natin sa ating social media platforms. So as of now, nagpapasalamat kami sa lahat ng mga sumubaybay at nakasama natin ngayon sa Google Meet. Sobrang haba ng pasensya ng mga nakasama natin ngayon sa Google Meet. Sobrang ang tagal ng naghihintay nila sa amin dahil nga pine-prepare namin yung pag-link or pagda-live stream nitong webinar sa ating YouTube channel at sa Facebook page. So, lahat din ng mga nasa live na kasama natin na nanonood at sa Facebook, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. At sana subaybayan niyo po ulit kami sa aming mga next live videos, and please like and subscribe na din sa aming YouTube channel. And that's it for today. Kung wala naman na questions, I think pwede tayo mag-accept din ng ilang questions kung meron man. Kung wala, let's end this video. Yun nga lang, hindi ko nakikita kung nasan yung mga may questions. Meron ba tayong available or may mga nag-question ba sa atin dun sa Google Meet? Pa-assist na lang ako, si Miss Lay.
Yes po.
Meron ba tayong mga questions via live Facebook page or sa YouTube or sa Google Meet?
So far, ma'am, wala po.
Okay. So kung wala na, kita-kits ulit sa next webinars and live streaming. And thank you sa lahat ng mga nakasama namin na dumating.
As the world innovates, so do businesses. Competition makes it harder to manage these days. You work hard every day to meet your customers' current needs, to provide good customer service, attend to your market, and watch your business cash flow. In addition, you give your employees the best training and benefits that inspire loyalty. So, what's next? Growth and innovation are important, but thinking about how your business would grow further is tough, especially when you're busy with your day-to-day transactions and business is constantly good. But could business be great? At Keep Smart Consultancy Solution, we think so. Keep Smart Consultancy is a consulting firm focused on serving the comprehensive needs of the businesses in the full range of the business cycle. We have a wide range of services to offer, such as accounting and bookkeeping, business consulting, business registration, IT and marketing, and tax case handling. With a core staff of experienced professionals and a team approach to most consulting projects, Keep Smart will be able to offer a more balanced quality service than many of its competitors. Then, why outsource with us? There are 4 benefits why. First, it can save you time. Second, it is cost effective. Third, the time you save can be used to improve business productivity. Fourth, the projects are handled by experts. It is something you have to less worry about. Still hesitant? Our lines are open. Call us on 940-3988 for a free 15-minute consultation for any of our services from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. Philippine Standard Time, Mondays to Fridays. Want to know more? You can email us on info@keepsmartconsultancy.com or visit our website at www.keepsmartconsultancy.com for more details.